As you can see, this is just a guitar rig. This sounds like beating someone with a stick. To record my sounds here. Woo! Where is that? Hello fella, I'm Slithendor, greetings, and today I made a new dubstep drop. Well, it was yesterday, but today I want to show you how it was done. Let's dive into it. Okay, so this is the horse I got. I made this drop with Ableton Live, as you can see. This is Ableton Live 10 still, but it's okay. So the main idea was to add some hardstyle elements to this drop, as you can see in this first track here. Hardstyle kick. It sounds like this. I added a Valhalla supermassive reverb plugin. As you know, of every build-up sound, kick or generally the drums will be faster and faster, and this will increase the impact at the drop at the end. Then you may heard it or not, but I added an automation envelope on this track volume here. When this sample ends, then the volume will be automatically decreased and then automatically abruptly increased. Okay, this is not only for the hardstyle kick, this is on almost every track in this build-up section here. You will see it later on. The crash. It's just a simple crash, nothing else. The people cheer, why do I call this people cheer? Because you hear people cheering. Again, I added a Valhalla supermassive. This is very supermassive. And this Valhalla supermassive reverb is for free, by the way. And now this reverse cymbal. There's already a reverb there, even though I did not load any reverb plugin in here. So, cymatics kick. The cymatics kick is in the build-up section. It sounds like this. Well, it's nothing special. It is just in order to support this hardstyle kick, because the punch of the hardstyle kick misses some things. Therefore, I added this cymatic kick in order to give it a more punch. Let's go on with this kick. The kick. Here the kick. I added the kick into a drum rack. So as you can see, here's a separate drum rack for a kick and a separate drum rack for a snare. So the kick, it sounds like this. Whoa. Just a simple kick with a saturator. I'm sorry, the soft clip parameter. So in order to not clip the entire project, I made sure that the kick does not clip. The same goes for the snare. This is just a clap and a snare together. I added... Why is there a frequency shift? I don't need that. The saturator is here, as you can see here. Almost the same as in the kick, but in the snare it's a bit less drive, but there's also a soft clip activated, so it won't clip. The external instrument, this has something to do with sidechain. I will explain this later. Let's go to this melody group. So this melody group consists of 3 different melodies. This top melody, this was made with Serum. But because it sounds a bit too harsh, I added a layer melody here. This is made with Massive, and in order to shape this melody section smoother, I added a verb melody. And this was made with Isotope Iris 2. But in this melody group here, this is for all of the instruments here in the group. I added a frequency shifter because you may heard it already here at the end. The fine tune goes a bit down. Where's the fine tune? The fine tune is in the master. It's in the master section, of course, yeah. Mixer, frequency shifter, find the notch here. At first I wanna show you the master. So you have seen this frequency shifter already. Then there's an EQ, this just for shaping here. And a corridor, this is just a reverb plugin, just adding a little bit of dry wet on the master, why not? And now we are coming to this SC group. So the sidechain group, this is a group of several sounds, mostly bass sounds. So in this sidechain group I added this LFO tool here. When the kick kicks in, then all of the instruments that are in this sidechain group will be sidechained, will be ducked. And in order to achieve this sidechain effect, there's a simple trick. You just hit on this note trick twice. When you click it once, it looks like this, and twice it looks like this. With this env, it says envelope, and then you just add here this external instrument here, and then MIDI to SC group, sidechain group, and then this external instrument for some reason recognizes the LFO tool. This is great. You're just going to add MIDI clips on the section here for an external plugins, external instrument. This is a simple kick and snare pattern here. Let's have a look on all of these instruments here in the group. So this is a soul start. This is very easy. You just take Serum and you activate OSC A and OSC B with this standard wavetable, and the fine tune on 36, 35 on B, and on oscillator A you just adjust the unison to 12. And then we are going to the first bass sound. This is the machine gun sound. This was made by myself. It looks like this. A dubstep drop, a dubstep sound in general is not a dubstep song when it has no sub bass in it, because the sub bass gives the power of the bass. So for real. It's just a simple sine bass made by an operator. And the top bass, this is basically the same as the sub bass, but I added some effects in here. For example, the saturator, a saturation knob, and the saturator, and a chorus, and a utility, and I EQ'd this section here. So this sounds without EQ and this with EQ. And together with the sub bass, it sounds so full and so powerful and so mysterious, something eerie. Now we are going to this Moonboy. This is a sample made by Moonboy, actually not by myself unfortunately, but I try my best to make my own sounds, because it's great to have your own sounds designed by yourself. As you can see, this is just a guitar rig on both of the sounds here. And then there's a massive whoop. Why massive whoop? Because it sounds like an old school wobble bass line made by Massive. I know Massive is an old VST, but I still use this. This is very great. And now we're going to this layer flow. It comes from the same patch as in the machine gun sound. So the layer flow is basically the same. I just adjusted it a little bit. I changed some parameters on that. Yeah. Now we are coming to the siren sound. The siren sound, this is a patch that I made by myself. I called the spinning tires from a fire truck, because you know, a fire truck, the sirens, you know this, and then when the tires of the fire truck are spinning, then it sounds like this. It will sound more realistic when I turn off the LFO tool a bit. And now we are going to the layer growl. This is the patch how it looks like with this with these weird wavetables in here. Now we are coming to the azazaza. This is just a short sound, but it's very important. Why it is called azazaza? Because it sounds like azazaza. And now to the start growl. The start growl sounds like this. Joy. This sounds like joy, but it was made in Serum. This was not in Massive. So this were all of the sounds that were in this sidechain group here. All the other sounds, for example in the build up here, the drop snare. I added a frequency shifter here to shift the frequency with the help of an automation envelope here, as you can see. And there's a rising sound here. So I added this automation envelope with this abrupt decrease and abrupt increase on every sound in this build up. And this is a simple symbol. And this has an ambience. This is a reverb preset. This is once a reverb once again with Valhalla Supermassive. And a pancake. This is an automation pan. There's just a slight audible hearing. And now we're coming to this frog jump. The frog jump, if I'm going to deactivate all of them by pressing 0 on the keyboard, this is how you can deactivate and activate all effects at once. The sounds without effects. Bloop, this sounds like bubbles under the water, but with this sounds like a frog that jumps out of your hand that are wet with water. And the zack zack sounds, this is a Serum patch. And now we are coming to the boily sound. And I also added a frequency shifter. Okay. So the massive ride. The massive ride, this is a special one you may hear. This is just a simple ride, but this is not a sample. This was made actually by myself with Massive once again. Yeah. Okay, the sticky bam, this sounds like beating someone with a stick. I added a vocal doubler, an oud, and saturator with soft clip activated and a convolution reverb. And then the A sound, without the effects, it sounds like this. Just a frequency shifter and Valhalla Supermassive. Here at the second section of the drop, there I add an offbeat choir. It sounds like this. It's very quiet, but this gives an extra fullness. Okay, this was made by, with Spitfire Labs. This is just a combination of several claps here. I just added here some effects on it, but with them, all of them activated. When it sounds good, then it is good. And then the last sound is this here, this Alter. If you listen to this, it sounds like being recorded from a sync, but this was recorded with this microphone here. And I use this for my YouTube videos to record my sounds here. Ooh! Where is that? Without all of the effects, it sounds like this. Alter! Alter! And with Alter! With guitar rig, oud, Valhalla Supermassive and a second Valhalla Supermassive, because more reverb is more greatness into it. In order to achieve this sound effect here, I just set the mix of the Valhalla, so the dry wet of the Valhalla on at the first on maximum, but then the amount will decrease gradually. Yeah, and that's it for showing the single instruments. Now I wanna show you how all these instruments and elements sound together. Let's have a look. Let's have a listen. so far. Well guys, I guess that's pretty much it. That's it for today's video. I hope you liked it. If yes, then give me a thumbs up. If not, give me a thumbs down. It's up to you. I don't care because it's up to you. Don't forget to leave a comment on under this video because it's for the YouTube algorithm, and share this video with your friends if you have some, and if you don't have, then you can just subscribe to my YouTube channel and we'll be friends. That's it. I'm done.
Huh?